One of my favourite newer mythicals is Zeraora, and honestly I probably should have waited until Zeraora had a few more cards to make this video, but I love this Pokemon and simply couldn't wait. So let's start off with the first cards that Zeraora ever got found within the Lost Thunder expansion. The regular print, the full art print, and the rainbow rare print, all designed by Planeta Otani. The regular print version of this card would also see a comeback in the Tag Team All-Stars set that was exclusive to Japan. But let's move on to Zeraora's first ever non-GX card found within Sun and Moon Team Up. The English version of this card was found within the Team Up expansion designed by Kuki Saito. However, if you lived in Japan, this card was a bit harder to get your hands on. In Japan, this card can be found within the Zeraora Special Jumbo card pack released on the 6th of July 2018 to celebrate the release of The Power of Us in cinemas. The Japanese card also features the logo for the movie in the bottom corner of the artwork. This is already cool, but there was yet another country exclusive version of this card designed by Kodama, found in South Korea. This version of the card was handed out at cinemas across South Korea where fans could get a serial code card for Zeraora as well as this card. They're all super cool, but I wish we got a more fun distribution for Zeraora's first ever card in the West. Zeraora would also get a promotional card called Zeraora and Friends, with artwork by Kuki Saito. This card was exclusive to Japan as yet another Power of Us movie tie-in card. This card was released during the build-up to the Japanese release of Everyone's Story in cinemas, or The Power of Us in the West, and once again had a logo in the bottom corner of the card. This card was also exclusively found as a jumbo card, featuring Lugia, Pikachu, Eevee, Sudowoodo, as well as the Zeraora, because all of these Pokemon are important to the movie. And to wrap up Zeraora's time in the Sun and Moon TCG, we got this Zeraora card found within Sun and Moon Unbroken Bonds. This card was designed by Kawaii and once again had its Japanese version be reprinted in Tag All-Stars. Also, interestingly enough, there was a Cracked Ice Holofoil version found within the Lightning Loop theme deck. As I said though, it is Sword and Shield where Zeraora would really shine, getting pretty much all of its cards within this generation. So let's start with Vivid Voltage with the Zeraora designed by Sotaro. This card was also featured in the 2023 Knockout Collection in a Cosmos Holofoil version. However, the set that Zeraora really won is the Chilling Reign expansion, where Zeraora would get 3 cards. One of these cards was the regular V card designed by Chibi. Then you had the full art designed by Planeta Suji. And then finally, the alternate art version was designed by Atsushi Furusawa. The regular V version of this card would once again feature in a Japanese exclusive set, VMAX Climax, accompanied by a card that we will get to later in the video. It reappeared during Fusion Strike with a card designed by T0. This card would be used in a lot of Japanese subsets and products. The first time we saw this in Japan, it was found within the Sword and Shield family Pokemon card game box, similar to the trainer academies we get in the West. The next time it appeared, it was part of the Start Deck 100, with a unique card art designed by Hyagonasuke that would appear eventually within Crown Zenith in English. And then finally, this card appeared in the Korokoro version of the Start Deck 100 comic version with a mirror holofoil. It did also appear within the Charizard V-Star vs Rayquaza VMAX special deck, but this was just a regular reprint. Thankfully, the next card we got was just a regular Zeraora card released around the world, found within Silver Tempest. This Zeraora card designed by Gosan. We would also get a Trainer Gallery version of Zeraora within this set that previously appeared as an exclusive within VMAX Climax, with the Silver Tempest Trainer Gallery card designed by Yu. Which brings us to Crown Zenith, where Zeraora got 6 separate cards, which is kinda crazy. The first of these was the Zeraora designed by Hyagonasuke, which we spoke about earlier, as a counterpart to the Fusion Strike card. Then we had the Zeraora V card designed by 5-Man Graphics. This card also got a Sword and Shield Black Star promo designed by End Design Inc. and was available within various promotional boxes such as the Zeraora V Battle Deck, the V Battle Deck Zeraora vs Deoxys, and then finally the Zeraora VMAX and V-Star Battle Box, my favourite product from the Sword and Shield era. Also found within the Crown Zenith expansion was Zeraora VMAX, with the regular print version of this card being designed by Nisota Niso. Once again, this card would also get a promotional print designed by End Design Inc., which could be found within the VMAX and V-Star Battle Box for Zeraora. This VMAX card would also get a Galarian Gallery version designed by Aoki, which features a little Pachirisu having a good time on Zeraora's head. And finally, that brings us to the Zeraora V-Star. The V-Star cards were a really fun addition to the Sword and Shield roster. They just felt a bit more useful and dramatic than the VMAX cards, with a V-Star ability having the potential to turn the tide of any game. Unfortunately though, the Zeraora V-Star never really saw any play. First, we had the regular print version found within Crown Zenith designed by AKY CG Works. Much like the 2 VMAX and V cards, this card also had a promotional print found within the VMAX and V-Star Battle Box, as well as a jumbo version within this box too. And then finally, there was the Galarian Gallery version of this card designed by Ligton, which brings an end to the special cards that Zeraora has received. So far during Scarlet and Violet, Zeraora has not received an EX card. card. However, there is hope on the horizon if the supposed Mega Zeraora really exists, as if it does, we will definitely be getting a brand new Zeraora card within the Mega Evolution era. For now though, we have the Zeraora found within the Temporal Forces expansion designed by Kantaro. The next set featuring Zeraora was Stellar Crown, which contained both a regular print designed by Anasaki Dynamic and then an illustration rare version designed by Katsumatsu Yasukuni. In Japan, the regular version of this card would also be reprinted within the Terrestrial Fest EX subset. And that brings us to the final card that Zeraora has. Zeraora was only introduced halfway into Sun and Moon, and the fact that already Zeraora has this many cards is kind of insane. We will undoubtedly have many more excellent Zeraora cards on the horizon, but for now we end our video with the Zeraora design by Ryuta Fusei found within the Destined Rivals expansion.